I start my day with a glass of this way tea. That's
0.9.
the best station in the capital.
Ebusiame mwakwaba ewie Edeba needs 100.9 FM so me mainti dwumadie ne wasogwa wutie no Ye mo bibia ha Ye do asesa wo de wafidie no ato ha sei Enne eye ya wada me kai we ne eye ya wada October bosomi de to so aduono enwotwe Ya hwe yembre na donko aba pa wo sima aduasa baako Every Saturday we say no 9 ebebo no me biamzi 1 me tenase na me de me mainti dwumade ya brɛ o enne eye ya wada October bosomi to so aduono enwotwe na kyerɛ sɛ ye fa afi 2021 no a ye di mu nafu amakoma ahasa ne baako 301 eni sese yanya 301 enro na ye 300 days that is aka 65 days na just ye di afi no akwawe ye esanse afi mu ni nyina enafu ewo mu eye 365 days eni sese ye di 301 aka sen aka 64 days aka nefu amakoma kwaduosia nan ti ebu no toto na awotwe mu a aka na awotwe makoma edu ne ya di afi 2021 na akwawie ye edi ehwe mu pa na sie kase adigu ensani ani ne ahwa afi 2021 yedi mu ohamabupan aduowotwe mienu echiripo aduoso enan 82.74%. What's in America na so ho? Enti aka 10 weeks and now 64 days. Ami yedi afi no akwawie ye no. Za enai mu no nafu aduosia nan ya akai. Efotu kakra odofo a wutie mi awie me de be ma wo ene se. Ha wo ho wo niema bebere ho. Eniema bi wo ho no mo a bunanichie ye se ye wo ho sabo agina mo ano. Twenidin ne bunanichie se edwe. Enya asembia na wo beyi ano. Enya asembia na abepe ho anu yie di aba. Enya asembia na abepe chance bia na abepe ni mu aso de akata so. Eduru ba bia ensembi wo ho no mo a ye ajiwani. Bini ko wachi Wopini wachi kakra na bisa wo ho se ta asemi yi asumasi a no benten edi dimi aso eho hia esafata sese me yi na no ana ensembi wo ba ho hia so obejeje so ama abuafu hu kukukukukuku na obu haw na wo koma ba ma wo bipi arise akoduru manim ho minia ensembi wo abuani eguso yiwani empanyin tabu baby se opanyin edue mate enya nsem nyina na hu a wobaka ho asem enya ade bia na hu na wobabo apene ho ade bo ho ma hu no hwani din na wayiwani ma men kai wo se empendodo bia wo bubefuo no wani gi esote wani gi ankasa esote yese enhwemu ame atodwa se wo bufu 1 minute ya uluzu 1 minute of happiness wo bufu 1 minute every minute bia wo bufu bia uluzu a minute of happiness etisi yehwemu pa na ye gine yani aka no kroje pa anka bufuo anga abufuo eye number 1 enemy anga eye number 1 enemy ya enisa wo ma kwan kra ma obeji akonwa ewo wo so obeji akonwa ewo wadwene mu obeji akonwa ewo wakoma mu enti control that anger. It's said the more you become angry the more you lose happiness. So Timbuktu Ghana baby ebufuo wo bia na chese yaw ehase baby ebufuo wo bia na chese yawdie ehase yawdie bi ekoso eno nti na ama obuafuo no edide bia no wanim ayese kunsa de bia no wanyinya wanim de bia na obuafu de bia no waka wanim asiso de bia na wo wera ho saa na bufuo eye na dwuma Enti wo ho no mo ade bi etimi ma obufu no sa wobetumi atwe ho afiri ho amana yeyi a anka twe ho firi ho pa ama me. Ebufuo ensiesie ade bia wo. Ebufuo ensiesie hwe. Emwa nchichiri bibia. Ebufuo mwa kwan bia so ade ba ko ebufuo eye ene se eseyade. Ebufuo seyade papa. Enti sa wo botafu a hweniye. Control your anger. Do not let your anger control you. Control your anger. Do not let your anger control you. Esan sa wo makwan ma wo anger wabufuo no control wa e be say adepa bia wenye bia. Misi ha echia opi. Midin e de maame bia makwafo. Obetimi afra me bia mzi 1. Woman gada bia mabrofode. Maame soja ni nyina afra me a mejo so production crew ayakrado. Jordan mi adoma Jerry Sajima fiema abankro. Wo mu nyina etamechi ebomchidom. Emam di jumedi abro. O share live e Facebook e Neat 100.9 FM live. YouTube so e Despite Media. Your WhatsApp line is activate 05037211744. 05037211744. For our messages, no comments and fabra. A becken kind of breast fatum at the amount. Them say me no fit jump. Ebusuasa ne de bia da ye no na brana ne ya wada bia ene bana so kana wu ye de bebrɛw na ensem bi chia ya wo se atumi ewo ye ni aka ho asem ene so me san ba matiefo mo so ye beje mo adwenkyere enti wo telephone no menya ready enfresesi a wo enfresesi a ye mfa wo begina so saa enti menya boya udam na wa frɛ na wo so wa kyere wadwen enti me twa me ho tawu me ba pepepa ye betoa they
belong to are in these terrorist groups and not, for example, the Republic of Ghana. And so they would criticize how our democracy does not work and it does not deliver. They will criticize how they are waiting for jobs, but those jobs will never come because the government will never be able to deliver. They will criticize how they can take certain things happening in society and use them as examples to radicalize. All these become the techniques of radicalization. They become the techniques of, if you call it, undermining what we are, what progress we have made, and what we have achieved. People should not assume that there is no jealousy that in the Fourth Republic we have maintained and sustained political stability. We are not like other places where people are arrested and locked up. People don't want to see a country, and when I say people here, I'm referring to these terrorist groups. They are envious that when there is an environment in which every country is suffering under the weight of terrorism, Ghana continues to stand stable. It's not to create the mistake of allowing people to fall into the hands of terrorists, but that every day we work together to overcome those challenges, right from local government level to national level, to prevent that radicalization, which then makes people to fall into the hands of these groups when the possibility of recruitment arises. Let us continue with the effort of delivering good governance. Military or security is one, but it is more about the delivery of good governance. Let in every village and in every community, even when we have challenges, let us continue to engage one another in which people know that there is a collective effort, both formal and informal. Continue to allow you in the media to have the space. Even when you criticize, it should not be interpreted as negative. It should be interpreted as constructive to help the accountability process. Let's continue to deepen democracy.
I myself, I think that the idea of more and more lawyers in the system is good for the health of the nation. We have a country that is governed by the rule of law.
Yeah.
It means we need to have lawyers in virtually all aspects of our national life, guiding the development of the country so that the rule of law really makes sense. As always in these matters, many complex issues that have to be determined, and the conversation is ongoing. And I'm hoping that soon rather than later, a solution is going to be found.
Everybody seems to think that you should be able to give the solution, primarily because of the fact that you are a lawyer, one of Ghana's most celebrated lawyers. Now you're president, and wow, profession, and as Asimikum, and year on year.
I think it's a reasonable expectation. I'll not run away from it. I think it's a reasonable expectation to see that this is a good moment for these matters to be resolved. And all I can say is that, God willing, by the time I come back here the next year, substantial progress will have been made in trying to deal with this. There are one or two places where we're having problems predictably, and it's part of the issues that we factored in about land acquisition and land rights. Mm-hmm. Those are inevitable aspects in our country with the land tenure system that it has. But overall, and I believe that of the 111, something like 88 or 89 are going. There are a handful of the actual clearing of sites and putting in the basic foundations are already started. The whole thing has been divided into groups. Mm-hmm. Different groups are responsible, both as architects, as consultants, and contractors, for particular group lots of the hospitals. Mm-hmm. So it isn't as if it is one particular contractor or one group of architects who are doing in the mall. On the contrary, we're mobilizing across a broad front and bringing together a lot of skills and expertise together to do the project. And I think that this is the kind of project that should be done in this way.
This vision of free secondary education was captured by our constitution drafters in the 1992 Constitution. I believe as most Ghanaians that education is a right and must be free.
We will redefine basic education and make it compulsory from kindergarten to senior high school.
Free secondary education.
Our argument should not be about free secondary education.
Nana Akufo-Addo stated that he's going to give us free senior high school, free food for everybody, including day students. If you pass in front of a school, you get free food. If you pass in front of a school, you get free food.
Rally Okra, or say NDC for there, 20 years, one of the bear, yeah, to make war.
This vision of free secondary education was captured by our constitution drafters in the 1992 Constitution. I believe as most Ghanaians that education is a right and must be free.
We will redefine basic education and make it compulsory from kindergarten to senior high school.
Free secondary education.
Our argument should not be about free secondary education.
Nana Akufo-Addo stated that he's going to give us free senior high school, free food for everybody, including day students. If you pass in front of a school, you get free food. If you pass in front of a school, you get free food.
Rally Okra, or say NDC for there, 20 years, one of the bear, yeah, to make war.
Can na wo bre na so no ye de ase yankan wo ye kan ya tena se unim wan kasa wo ID card de kita no, whether say a voters ID card, whether say a Ghana card, yeso date ya ye de sa card no e ma wo meka wo mo a registration ne sha ase for fresh na ye say e binum kosa a line and adwudum ye no ene na sefo no wo de me se fa wo de no da ye de share won sare date ye wo so na hwe bepem ene, especially titrupa a voters ID card no me ha mani enka voters ID card no ye afinie afi pepe muani ebinum sanka wo de in August ebi ensanka wo rebasa August mu kra na ye August mu ene ye register ye it will saka voters ID card ya date ye wo so no August ebi mu de 3rd August ene nasefo. But in the month of August no ene ye de yes registration no bepem semite ha make say wo what the new voters ID card no echo, especially your banking institutions, any other financial institution, be able to say what they call transaction again. Adentia. Ya register a issue new cards at your mayen. The old cards na still. Ya that's use to the registration. I say, oh fellow form na bibia. What that's call to old ID card no. Ejumekuo ben na said ya na sudie say. Yen card no ya. Woman are responsible say woman best synchronize na one more verify ediako your national database no eso. Why mo na ye wo madwuma? Why mo na ye wo masade say ade no mo hwe na wo mo ye. Ya register enya new voters ID card, enya new voters register. Still, ya da so use old voter ID card. I can say enti me be phone lines na atomu enche kra. Na ya hwe experience our firm with the use of new voter ID card no say bia wo de kwakwa transaction bi eni adwoodwo aye be dwoodwo especially e wo banking hall adwoodwo wa e de be dwoodwo wo say yenye enti woni bi na sa wuti anye ye na old one oto twene ya eni abu akam the old one no eni ho na wato atwene wonim se wo kwakonya new one ti no wato old one na ato atwene a eni abu akam what you see it experience ben na wa famu ever since I introduce new voter ID card, new Ghana card, so buy Ghana card, ya, you didn't find baby. Adia de Ghana card, you buy see new SIM card na registration, no, use Ghana card never register. Okwa bank, so kwa yiska, with the first a new voters ID card, mom, or say a system no emfa. With the Ghana card, mom, or say system no emfa. I just say old voters ID card. Edientia. Edi idea me say me ba mo ba etefo. Be phone lines na atomu. Na wa frɛ experience awo wa fam. Me na de nyame adom. Me lines ni mienu nyina edam yopo ebo adwuma papa. Etu betimi afrɛ ni mienu. Me bo pepepe na kyerɛ sɛ won so won sasi phone no so na wa twa to kama. Na experience a uko yusu new card and as a Ghana card no ufe mua ajisa uko chini old voter ID card no and san what me a transaction what would the actually say the any na any wuti ena atie no 0302 243540 and 0302 257902 baby phone lines na atomu hello
my bishop what to say
nyame adome ho ye pa na so e
Nyamia yana family aka the penny for.
Me pa cho udi ni baby afrefi.
Amecha oni wadwuma info nyina. Me di Mr. No Cross am kasa Africa so a be di MP no tutu.
Me too.
Oba pa asama wo kana ye no kre. Makọ what is say banking prinu. Ni na ka me di new ID card no ekoye ma DB. Ni nyina deny ya ekache say any system nim. It meet me fanye. Even me call MTN, crack was a me call my DB. And also me the old the new one no coin. Say to me, me saw baby, you me and Chadia, me old ID card no. And what it no number fire, me to me the coy, a cocoy, me near my eye was a me. Where I would say, when you know, and she say, I am found 2 years, and no tea, and the mass had you way a buy. The ID card for Biara, ya system nefa. About me the OBBA, when you super incompetent, when it's a Jemensa Ejuma way, and no soon so and on will be to us.
Meda Sipi no Krasa and no hello. Good afternoon. Alaji. Nyamia do Malaji me hoya na so e. Alaji mitio.
Mpeni na ponwa beble ayadi akunya ma omono minim yanti na omoye Ghana portal na ekopi ne yama odi old new ID card no kwes ya na omo ti gite odi old aba ye wa no Ghana card no mo ti yanya ya di odi Ghana card kula biswa nti dia mra kula na ekoto o my Ghana anu ya besta ya mpeni for womun gina womun nan so na wonu ma ya di womun da no se womun hia ta di madie maye no oye no womun kata yie na ɔman mmara no yɛn nyinaa yɛmfa mmara no nyɛ adwuma te sɛ yɛnya IGP papa a wɔdi mmara no yɛ adwuma no institution bi a yɛmma mmara no yɛ adwuma saa yɛnya acting people na yɛmfa ɔmo daa no na ɔman Ghana nkɔ n'anim ɔno nyame yɛ adwuma.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Efo yeti o.
Lamia kunji kan.
Enkan pi.
Ani bi sa mi de kasa no mi fa o mi tia lawyer ja Kokobia. Ya bi o bia na calling kunama. O ba for Ghana
您所拨打的用户线故障。The subscriber your out of service. 您所拨打的用户线故障。
Oh, efo we dia kafra pa. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mami Soja.
Me pa chodi ni baby afrefi na namu akomeboa.
Mami Soja mbate were na amu wako.
Niti o.
Mami nchia yuga ayaja nkobia bebe obia metia no. Ene ejuma sumo ye ma wayi bebe obo ene nchia yuga ayaka no damwa. Mami Soja. Sa voter ID card ya 1 year ni a ene oje bia almost omunyi na. Me ne mfemfo ne etie ni anya adwo. Oman na yetimu no bia ye court bia aya agrodi. Because adia ese esum oman ne boa ese yemi ni ko ni yie no. Then bibi ni that one. Mbisa say mpanimfo etie ni maye sa voter ID card e ko to aba ene udi mfa yeshi udi mfa nko back udi fa register bia na adenti ene etisa na nsoja Negana card, yes, you have a card, yes, SIM card. Media me a mensankai. Mensanka, media. A bad thing, the material is that makes sense. Now, the force to be paid, Namsika, Gana card, working the register, some do not say, celebrating the register. Mamma, would you do my abundance of scarf, Iraq, and a different day, or the Gana card. In fact, I didn't come with you. Oh, that of Banana will be exam down also financial law the state. If I did ask someone that year, of course, I might see that after the Sankaya, a quabe fan, a man with echo, Marisuja. That's what we've been to us.
Mensume da sepa na namu akon edie eno no wusu betimi afre ade ba ko ayetia e nan so ene se sei card ya Ghana ha yaji atumpreko pa wo ko ba bia se wo fa Ghana card. It is a new voters ID card ne minim de na yi ne bobere minim ne gina pen minim sade ye besi aye no sa no ye to atwene o senso ye kita woni de aye de beyo na sa wo de ko bank na se sabio banks ni bi oho no mo a Ghana card wo moje ebi nso nye but old voters ID card ne de wo moje adentia aden new one de wo monye na old one de wo moje e ya sam sebe. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Bacho dini baby afrefi.
You're calling to me very casual.
Bacho meet you.
Oh, that is Ghana. You're paying for no. Oh my God, to you. Because card where you are cooking for voter ID card where you are cooking for card where. And so.
Hello.
Hello.
Meet you coffee.
And so a next card where a woman in because bank way NID. Obi sani mi sika mi ko yi a omo si card we omo ji Ghana card omo card me ni na omo nji mi card dada no na mi ko fi se a teacher no kura ni ma ye bibi ba to omo bo no ba no pe ye ma ye 2012 no omo bo no ba no pe na edi no ba e na omo dis kan wa mi e je esam no agreement we no ye no
medase pa we na se sabe old one what atwene ya na chese na ewuti ate no. Hello. Okwa also brai. Hello. Good afternoon. Yes, darling.
Pacho saving in capacity contemplate.
Ivo yetio.
And let us say that bank in your mouth on our money. Ghana card new voters ID card. very superior than government and say about a control and no moon partner said James no ya and I got a quacoto some cadama Mrs. Yeah, I'm not going to cast a empty and phone. You go with Mamma say daddy and you go Mamma say and ye. Are they? If the government institution beyond one but market, hey, 1 year said now when I'm winning. I want to
Meda say ewo ho no mo unsu betimi afre 0302243540. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Bacho di ni baby afrefi.
His Excellency Sikahine Schwarzben from Tema.
Ayo. Your Excellency. Mo anonko.
Mami, mpese me share my drink akwa. Me recall me empty and me use to see me the Ghana card in a year registration. But some no any lie ma me question me koye replacement. MTN service told me say they will not accept Ghana card, not now. This is call for worry. Drink Timusha and Tuhana Mopapa. And Ghana card na ye cost on line. Minim Kofua me do when you koye registration up to no monsan commodia. Aden. Definitely fair na say there's a yenya ya won tam na yesi akoye card na akoye adesua dia ma yemu biana. Mami biama me da say.
Menso me da say asam sebe pa ene ete ho no. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Biama.
Me ba chodi ni baby afrefi. Yo, yeti yo.
Mami Midasi, the can say, send me by the Jackie to be a copy.
Efo to aso ne enko ya ni mwai.
The can say, I think say a new Madino a buying the 49 class. Oh, done about 50 will say we are buying out from Yasi and Kua. And are buying on popular. Because the Aduma in the Nipabisa, Nipano, the most so we say, look, the cafe, a panibiro or classic say, Bapano, and I will say, Professor Bibino, or Musa Papa, say, but this temple, President say, but this temple for classic. Because the man of flow totally. And I will registration William. Papa was really. So I want to keep it with it. You know, for banks, we see the traffic with a young man flying at Madame. So, that I'm out someone I had to traffic. It is an extra by way a now I buy no on for body to level. So I now buy no what it is. I need to make man senator. I'm not buying for me. I think that's so we say. I think you cost say what will be the ID card the bank and see money. I say. Mammy Katako ready. I make how me come on competition. I think Mammy Biama.
Yo, Menso me da say fokojo, Menso me da sipi. Hello. Papa, good afternoon. Nyame adom, pacho di ni baby afrefi. Odesha Mr. Wadaro ma radio no drum no ma me why. My feedback wa ha. Hello.
Okay.
Kasa. Yes.
And now me chip for your eye. Na me unica into jam name
Odesha dum radio no ma me why.
I thought it is.
Kasa.
I'm saying man go for old card na ma. Na me put a new card na ni. That national ID card na. Why man go for old card na ma? Wait me here money. We took a kwa ma some my son na me say for old card na be try some. Na champagne phobia team NDC ni MPP ni aso so when you say yana when you say Ghana. That Ghana for you whom you do because any pana what Ghana no ayen yet Ghana no when you Nemu dia way be dia ku bottom no eno no wente no ambiama. I'm sure.
Busiafo ye guswai wa ha say 0302243540 and 0302257902. Oso betimi afre. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Me pa jodi ni baby afre.
Yes, from Salam Benzima.
Yo, yet you.
I idea me chair honorable Moses Abo, Secretary Credit United, and Dr. China, incoming National Treasurer. I mame men come as some no and maybe ne ko bolga ko ene ska wo me hu nyina fa na ai Ghana ai putted ID card pe and I wo no ame ko ye no mo say just old one so ame me dia yira yeah my this me say for baby for man for na bakra and maybe since then the Ghana I putted ID card apart from that one me mame akoye kana we dia me so
Okay.
Me got toss SIM card. I and I card semi register. Da kuma. That's sure. Me call ya lady now register SIM man. Register we no assign register insurance be amame. Abramenya we. Insurance yes is my life was you no register man. Me ho no mathematics.
Omo tell saying
360 pesos.
Debia.
No, every month. Na say na me minimum ho Monsieur, me register. I'm register ya. Even I'm the insurance and the police. Be na wo. Monsieur, MBA nipa na register 7 ma me na ya. Ba ya say be am deactivate. Ya am see me send nko code we. Ya enye yi.
Now I call MTN office hall. Maybe at least the lady who registered for you no we be shiano.
The call her, I'm on also about the same code say oh be deactivate jama me. But me kana ma o ma system for be 8 months sanka na me see me. One deactivate to me phone so we ya. Enra ya enti ade amo ye no blind side of for amo register. I mean him say deliberate amo ye. First no ko register, no ma register my life now ma. Abra woni mo hwe. Afre na mo frɛ me say me fa nipa like me overcome me policy no. Bra. I me fa me ira na ma me make. So me na register ade na nka beginning na. So mo amosi o mo ni ya no bia. Me stra mo say ko register yesima e say yes track because MTN for no tanko for no. Ma collaborate amo yes adam.
Okay. Men so me da CP obetimi afre 0302243540 and 0302257902. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon,
Bajo Dini baby afre.
I'm Bajo of Akini, New Prime Station Circle.
It's you.
Yo, my memo about to my power body about my Ghana. Namin Chayu Musisha Bo, Chanipa, any GKF. Miniaba. Your best. Now, once you be about no about the Odano, no, just I mean, who's the mismark because I do not get to register. Once the Beko data so, and send it to my Juma, and I didn't see Padu do an answer. Oh, special Ghana card, Yen Sankan, do an answer. You say, what the Faber be away, she say, Faber be away, she say. Or more, what's your year, and money code the Tanner, so they start here, humanity and Stromo, because I check here, register, wow, okay, 1 year and ye. ID card new one ya so baby ya betre so mo mo nya ha no mo nya no mo fa ko data no so na nya ju ya sa dia ya ha pa mi aba me da si
Men so me da CP won so betimi afre 0302243540 0302257902. Hello.
Hello, Mami Soja.
Good afternoon.
Why have not to say?
Okay. Andy Wanef.
When do you want to know me?
Ah, me too.
Let's go if you search here, Mosisa Bo, SM, it's channel papa. Mammy, oh, what you my find some of the about what was some so? Who say MPP NDC, Obia Bano? It's time to what come out or the other, and you're my gun and yanty. So be a car or be about car. Cano, time necessary. Yeah, Lay jam my own some betantana and fanfa to be a la Papa Biam Blay yes to me for a fanfa to be a and blame you. Kanakadi anybody had the Kadiaka. And yet, Master say, over from Painfuna, almost genuine. Abandon Painfuna from the den almost yet to call Ghana for your man. The bread, some comedy. Then no more yapa home. That's fair. Anga da mesro. So pastor one bra. Number 10. But you need to cut me ye. Never yet to my mufunu ya better ye.
Mera say yo. Mera sipi 1D1 F the and no. Hello. Ow. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, one afternoon.
Me ba jodi ni baby afrefu.
But if I better for me, got a finima.
Agbadafu mitio.
Yeah, the chow near chief for me. So, me card nasam no, me tia servicing there. Because Ghana card I say, a loan. And the college said, Professor Tifa and the GNU. Yeah, no, Obi won't come with up to me, they come in some kind. Now, some say, if I raise a mean tia here. Now, I say, I'm going to some muki cake in any place. I'm going house to house. When I Ghana card of man, you come supported by a student court. I can say, who can best Canadian register. One less will be a Ghana card. Obey registered by best five. And I do man, I say, we cut a while. The TM say, I say, because another professor, Tiffany in the Union, Mano, I know commission detail. Then, in Saka can and year. I think that's some way I Badiba Beneveka, one I recast them like Seno. I say, Ghana card says, here. Edi nyasa to ukana ye wu ne akret ma ya mawo enam so mo mudi animu no omuni anisade hu bia ntinu omutunye bibia keke
Meda say
umwasem
hey asem na ye kase hey rade mo fan chame abrantie yi misrawo we dey mo fan chame abusuafo hello
hello my people
agbadafu na na dey wa nto bo ase agbadafu ase ne sen. That name, Agbadafu, I see anything. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. My Mr.
Mejo so bacho one mesiani.
Paul ni Ashaiman.
Yo, Paul, meet you.
The incoming presidential candidate, Honorable Alan Kweju Tremantin, and then Sami Krab, Michiano, which are very young war. Mami Soja, Asema o dia bay there, o dia sempa na insurance any MTN for a year or more DNA. In fact, I was say Ghana buy can be found. If you say one category me cry there to me paying. One continue to cry, you know. The beer edu say ukako jino. Mami Soja brand near ma obe femono. Konabra sa. And yes, Ghana buy say only be being found. Yes, Alan Kweju Tremantin be presidential cannot be president or be Biafra. Michiao and Utifo nyina.
Yo, yes so ya jo so ha ya da sipi. Hello.
Raba asomgenka.
Enka so bacho udi ni be Biafra fi.
Apom teden.
Nyame na dom na so e.
Our friend Kofi. Ako tamahabo jubri. Who will be our friend Uncle Desmond, custom officer. We are with a young Kupunshi and Papa, and I could do that once with him. And I know, Yabasre, the pain be buried with no Casa. Not all Kenyans or Sama. Utum Academy and Casa de Syria Cola. So be buried with no Casano and Kenyans or Sama. Many be to Cade, your Casa de Syria Cola. Means Syria Colas, Sabica Fry and Tan Kenyans or some. Some have it to wait. Not about Fred, not about Jail Mensa. A few more year 1 year, not about Canada, we are Cabadam some, not Sagoba. Obia woman the Syria call us Sabica Fry, I didn't know. Not say I didn't know. Or what do you be a commercial bank? Only on one Yanaka Saturday. Yeah, I'm bad to know sin quite the best in day. Or updating the data. Now, you are new old offended old register. Voter ID card. Not say bank institutions now we're gonna now banking institutions, you know. What to work a software. No go check more install more to identify if you are all about bank page car. Not say old card now why a new one. Or that bank and what to secure software. No about your installation, no one. Yeah, you obey your ID card. The gentleman son of Syria call up a friend because of the Gafra would seem to inventory. Not a big radio by Sana Roba. Yes, sir, or my opinion, you are a UK, can't happen. And will be Cobo Cronon, the prison. na ofi prison ba na wagya na osan kɔ bɔkɔ no biom nti bɔ na police fo ka ɔyɛ inmate akwabuachi bɔkɔ no wɔkyew na kɔ prison na wabɔ pan de baba na yɛ gyimgyimi ntum hu nyansa nka da me recruit nkɔfo mu akɔ bɔkɔ no ntum ka da me sa kɔ bɔkɔ no biom sɛ yɛmfi ase na yɛtemani mu ɔma na yɛtem na professor akɔ school ɛbɛyɛ so many years ɛbɛyɛ professor matches box poetum invent bi na bakata da sabika fra yɛnka di kwati biem na yin hu crusade na yɛ problem ɔmani na yɛ wɔ ma ɔbɛyɛ dɛn na siya kwala aba radio da wa Kenya sasam
meda sipi
yɛbasere akopɔ ne siraw
nyame nhyira wo so kofi meda sepa wakasa makoma atom yam nyame nhyira wo osusu betimi afre 0302243540 hello
menu aba nyame asomdwe nka wawie
ebre nso nka pa wodi ne baabi afre fi
yo medin ede opare me kasafi eso
tio
menu aba na wie ma mintia onabo Frederick Opare ansa oba as national general secretary ya emre no so a MPP fo enyina enkai no wotema ede ma party grassroots one na wotimi share party no grassroots ma ye hwe president before time oye as minister mani ye na mintia Salam Mustafa the next national youth organizer ono so Onyankopon insidan bibli menu aba be kasa ewie Ghana for mebuno ye dede nyina na emu mbanfo ye dede nyina o how no e kitikiti but ye hu na ya ka kire ye ho say this is the problem it chaswa o man no nyina ebenya fatem papa esiye hwe o how no ene se ye nuano mu a ye ne omo tete asore dem ye wo fasefo ye ne nanom ye ma omo bo o man yi ekro no techi amu pa paper any pen and what they obi ni mu pa se owadwuma mu as accountant chief director auditor ye kan say engineer any nasefo na oman no ye ma wo musika se won fa nya adwuma na temamufo nya won fa so no wo be ye no bone kwan so no wo di sika no ahye won botom o how no ye de koso na nado any John Mama. So what I say because once to me can be one on and what trace agrofono aso instead of the word one abata baton and only Ghana yen how you know the media may say ye asofo ahemfo esore no wakaye nuano mo a ewo ye kan say aban nwuma mu omo de krono as Daniel how they be so ye na next say wakase wo penipa be 1,000 pe ewo ebia force bi mu na nipa be say millions ana apply wo be den no afa sankrofo we nyina ana wo be den no afa mu ha we be do no asofo ahemfo politicians obiama yen kan kire yen nuan no wo institutions ni mo won what your mind sign cocoa board water works electricity if won yin na no na Ghana yes and yes
me da say
ye ma wo mu hu say omo no omo ye yes
me da sipi hello
miniaba
good afternoon bacho di ni baby afrefi
because every Spinters Road 1 plus my baba back to KFC.
Yo, yes, yo.
Mame, and then we were Bojuma papa, do you know papa, and go point shroud. Then one, they said, dear, we see young one, they decided we obey. Now, may call my son as well. The same in the Anumina, Organa, as a no, you say after election, no campaign. You ain't saying yet politics. Yanka say, oh man, ye ma or man. And couldn't you my young Casagasa was you knew maybe a coso. And the problem about Ghana card and any money and any coso. As I said, you would have to know Yakano. You would say the Yakan, you can say a cup, you never may yaman yourself. Was the Yaman yourself next year, you never be glided a catchy. I didn't know when you say, oh, yeah, over by any ACP, and what young Kuyanim de Bialada was ever changed as well. What was free so that my for Swaba. On the way, I know on the basis and the problems are Gumian Cassette. Said your man in ye, said your present Weber, when ye are dear, you becan what ye, Yamay party, no, and I might do or go to Juma Mobia. Party the blue cocoa office, but I say, only particular war. If you go in the baby crowd, no man can't be some more. The question is over Busano. Bear about to them, who go before. We see we free bang and then you put the recent town. And you're going to see that when you're going to come to bank. It's the end of your tour, your banner, and my president, where I see a pen, you don't know, after letting no campaign. It's the young man won't pay more with or money, maybe.
That's it. I was your kind of war and ya no good so I can I can't ask young can. Odoi tema and was say Mammy Soja. Medina Mammy Soja so. Yeah, Bacope. Mammy Soja. What I say, Odoi? I say our problems are we need Jesus. Nyamidi yana papa. Open your microphone so showing live every achase and a holy donkey and was let blame the government on the ID card issue. The new voters ID card is useless in our purse and wallets. Frustrations everywhere. For just some furniture West, this is the only program I love from a doom and what the free hour day air bar. Alfred Adu, NOC aka Kojo Trumpet, Bubuashi. This issue of Ghana card is 31 months. Hey, is it 31 months? 31 months down the lane. Me and my wife Kezia, we've not received ours. Master P, and also good afternoon, Mami BIAMAH, Mami Soja. I'm enjoying the show live inside Queensland with Akosia Konedu Bogaroni and Ajua Melanie. Regards to AC Papebi inside Budumburam. Sister BIAMAH, how can an institution have the power over government? I mean, how and why? Manauba Stephen, the way from Pantam Village. For the living one, a good topic from you, Mami BIAMAH. Please, I want to know if there is a way one can sue the government for frustrating us by ordering us to use the Ghana card to re-register our SIM cards. Meanwhile, they know very well that those who have acquired the card cannot be up to 30% of the Ghanaian population. I have not got the card I registered for since last year. And the law also says if you try to register twice, you'll be arrested. What do I do, please? African leaders do not think about their citizens. I'm loving the show. May I say. Comments pillar 2 or the nedia abba for now more the messages no ebesiano mo answer. Actually, the best sign abba na messages no common said the besia corner messages among the bebano. Ya can kind of brano ede amamo. A hanam de kind of no AC. Madam Asemo when you quite a friend. ID cards na some dear. ID cards no. Yes, say you use so be a new one, you use the tuabakeke. If I so for be and you be you. Yeah, the tuabakeke because right now the Ghana card no. Yeah, the Senate so. Yeah, the 10 number to so. Yeah, the way to see, the way to see. And no na at the end of the day, me shepete takramu dia. By the year 2024, and where your Ghana card in your be used to at the atwaba. Because they say what the new voters card na some of the institutions are they don't accept it. I that's how the Ghana card beba and now say what the old voters ID card no and na beba. And it is a wuni old voters ID card no wuni Ghana card ni dia. And why your home why say ya pay down kwa usinse wiem. Why no na yo masudie na so masadie say ye card for froba sa cards no wo mo beje no mo de awura ye national database no emu. Why mo na yo masadie ya ban anase ye banks na other institutions na ye wo ko no mo a say wo yi ID card di e de kire no wo mo na yo masadie say wo mo koto sa software no na wo mo eje sa data ni nyina edigu wo mo software no eso anase sen e na esitie me no nyina ba bia wo bia ye bebu asase me afa hana me de kana wo no esi nyame ya domo a ebenada ye besan aba mo nchen bio me da so a wa ha say ye ba studio na fe enne awiai ensam egu apono so no ye de ho komo twetwe aba
In looking at the in the manifesto, and I tried to do that before I go. I saw one page which talked about a landing site. I didn't go further to see. But in any event, even with the mistake, I think still we have to rethink a lot of things. We can't have a harbour in Elmina. We have a harbour in Elmina, which is being developed right now. Obviously, Takoradi, Elmina. Then we have another one projected for Cape Coast before we go further down the road. I think some rethinking has to go on for us to be able to find what is the value for money arrangements that go. But it was a mistake, and I have to apologize to the people of Cape Coast and the Central Region for that mistake. But presidents are human.
After all,
they're not Superman. They make mistakes. There are one or two places where we're having problems predictably, and it's part of the issues that we factored in about land acquisition and land rights. Those are inevitable aspects in our country with the land tenure system that it has. But overall, and I believe that of the 111, something like 88 or 89 are going. There are a handful. The actual clearing of sites and putting in the basic foundations are already started. The whole thing has been divided into groups. Different groups are responsible, both as architects, as consultants, and contractors, for particular group lots of the hospitals. So it isn't as if it is one particular contractor or one group of architects who are doing in the mall. On the contrary, we're mobilizing across a broad front and bringing together a lot of skills and expertise together to do the project.
Something you said a little earlier on about freedom of expression. So I want to ask you about what is happening in your country and homosexuality, for example, which I believe is illegal and it's punishable. I mean, why is homosexuality still illegal in your country?
These the social, cultural issues, if you like. I don't believe that in Ghana so far a sufficiently strong coalition has emerged, which is having that impact on public opinion that will say, change it. Let's then have a new paradigm in Ghana.
Is that something you would get behind?
I think that it is something that is bound to happen. And when that happens,
what's going to provoke it? What's going to make it happen?
Oh, it's the activity like elsewhere in the world. The activities of individuals, of groups. I grew up in England. I went to school as a young boy in England, and I grew up at a time in England when homosexuality was banned there. It was illegal, and I lived the period when British politicians thought it was anathema even to think about changing the law, and then suddenly the activities of individuals, of groups, a certain awareness, a certain development grew and grew and grew stronger, and it forced a change in law. I believe that those are the same processes that will bring about changes in our situation. At the moment, I don't see that in Ghana there is that strong current of opinion that is saying this is something that we need to deal with. It's not so far a matter which is on the agenda.
No one can deny Prime Minister Cameron his right to make policies, take initiatives, or make statements that reflect his societal norms and ideals. But he does not have the right to direct other sovereign nations as to what they should do, especially where their societal norms and ideals are different from those which exist in Prime Minister Karam's society. I, as president of this nation, will never initiate or support any attempts to legalize homosexuality in Ghana.
LGBT media conservative pa sabi what you have FFC say na ma you and here so na wo hwa kwadodo go gina ha na dia na wono a madam fuka dia na wono a me ni bi enti ko he no o dia na different and I attract me and na ho dia e musu kura make am ka obo ade so obo ade person ka ye ni sa nko onye o se ni o twi Bible say come, replicate, fill the world. How do we fill the world? So Many dogo.
I represent Ghanaians and the country Ghana. We have spoken with one voice that we don't want anything to do with whatever terms they add, because there's still no end yet. As we are told, we used to call it lesbians and gays. Then they started talking about transgender, they talked about transsexual, they talked about queer, and they've added another Q. And then they started intersex, and then they brought another A. They added another A. Now they added P. And then they see two letters that they see a plus. One of their activists called Moo said in social media, I'm a funny person. That the speaker is a funny person. I will continue to be funny to make sure that the right thing is done.
That's so I have say a friend and common anchor side, so and bebre and so I will may you more was it to me a feature in yeshe na ye can be a bedroom penny for any more. Praise the Lord, not just say ye quay anymore and a sap a name mebuna juma in the ho a ma a mebuni a security agency be a quiet to us so ye fanny pack or baby baku a nipper over 2,000 just a walk a bomb crown. It's a nipper kwa beya set 15,000 and I just a one more air per juma a year a wo may ye a mo. Nip security agencies is one of our so just the Oma for Caribbean and 2,000. As we nipa do aji chi akọ training centers ahodwa one more air copper recruitment yede one more eba befemu. Na no ne yebisa se e de na ekoso yi enwuma bebre aban bai wo so abiebie enwuma memabuna nya bia ye enso tum se still a chunk of the youth no ankasa no egufia wo mo anya adwuma yo NDC amayoko no yesi awie wo mo press conference bi about electoral commission response or the Emma former president John Dramani Mahama but I will name thank you to aprobomu na odin sem bi fa mfiempi mienu ene aduno etu dwa no NDC say electoral commission anu yie na oyiye no wo mo press conference on it eti eno so de be free ma babia no abusuanfo ye de ho nsem ebeto mo anim fa anwo bo ya yatoto mo minority ene wo mo de ato aban no anim say taxes that petroleum products so no aban ne hwe no nyimfiri so aban na ahwe anyi afiri so ene wo ne be chia ya pa ene nsama hodo bebre ya edi ahim ewo maimu na yebehwe na yatwetwe ne se abasa ne sere ai eti ye hwe ni mu ye honorable yera yawo asanita no national organizer oda LPG amayoko no ano wababeka yensa ewo hasai tanso ena Emmanuel Adote Alote NDC communications team member ono so abeka ye ho ewo ha they say honorable Benjamin aye former NP for Upper Danger West ono so ye hwe nanim se obeba beka ye ho ewo ha se na ye de enkomotwetwe no ye de abramo for now dear mema yera sanita no ena Emmanuel Adote Alote memo mo akwaba mempanyufo mema mama kwabo
so hima
yo edasi
Yesu ase enenam nim se sanita na elite because ono die metene so amesore bitu chairman ono Benjamin ayen so yo bi a obantem papa orosu yo bi a obantem pa enti we die wa ba yie na mencha de wo mu nyina aba ono be na ye memu akwa aba me ma unyi o mask no kra ma wakwa aba ihu wache o
ya me nko ame de
the bomb to say nyame adom ho ye pa hwe abusuafo me mpanyimfo yi na enne awie mi no mo ebesi nkonwa na yatwetwe nkomo ede afa nei mabuno adwuma enni ho no mo ene ensam nkaya mabobo oboso no yebetimi atasene se besepa ene kunna hahan na me sha se wo menua be ma Adote Emmanuel Adote Alote eso Adote
Mami
share youth and unemployment wo omayi mu a enye ne sha ase tete abanya ba aban ko edie ne mfa nto yie ɛdeɛ na yɛnyɛ ni yie ɛdeɛ na wɔse yɛ yɛnyɛ no ntina ama ɛmɛbunu dodoɔ no a because afi bia graduate ewie school ba ɛbɛka system no sɛ wa mfa baako nneɛma baako mmienu bi antoto ho na wa nye bibi anyɛ wa nkasa wo de a na wo twɛn sɛ abai bɛbɛ adwuma de a ne la fa anya de a wɔtena semfie menim nya de a bɛnya adwuma yɛ ɛdeɛ ne yɛ yɛnyɛ ni yie
yo medasi ba mami fa akonya we nchia microphone we wo anyase oto as me kan me na me yɛ candidate for the 2020 election we NDC ticket so
okay
yeah
okay
so me nchia me NDC paying for so we anyase oto na ne aye discuss here we be say very important question. I think say it's lack of proper planning. Now I want to say about youth unemployment. We need to take away partisanship. Politics. NDC, MPP, take it away because youth unemployment is a national security issue. Me nyamia do maybe me ejumano. My interviews for the past 12, 13 years. Interview people. I used to work with Fidelity Bank. Yeah. And I see the number of people who back they be for Ejuma. I've interviewed thousands of people. And the kind of pressure I don't know. In fact, if we back interview because we could figure on Nibi, you have to give the person. And we need to look at it from a different perspective. Any partisan policy, free near how many pay and he say we are not truthful. Yeba sa area na. Then we play politics.
Ghanaians and also politicians.
Then we play politics around it. We kai 2012 to 2016. Abra era mama wo abahimu no. Obo ejuma. Ejuma no so emman kro bi bejuma. But ye nyanu mo MPP no. Uti na mo kai. And youth unemployment yeba we have the magic to the extent say Omo secretary say, at a point, they have to even how do you call it, import people from other countries because the job will be in abundance. Okay, so many things. But your chroma every year, your crop from your national service is over 150,000. What do you mean? He say in this year September, 150 every year national service. And so and this is the formal sector. Niyamako from diploma to degree level. Yemba the informal sector. Niyamwasia is an ejuma. They are all there. You see? So we need to have proper planning because your schools every year we are going to churn out over 200,000 people adding to the labor market. Both from the formal and informal sector. So proper planning. And I think so. We need to ensure say your state industries they function very well. Then they will have expansion and it can do what? Employ more people. And then about the private sector. I want to say with the private sector you more don't be you were business men and you were entrepreneurs. Businessman and you will be all dream about unemployment or no opportunity and to make money. And so no better you see two people. They will buy and sell and they can make huge sums of money. But if someone is into entrepreneurship, or use innovation technology, also be a bit now they be that is where they can employ more people. As a government, we need to formulate policies to take away the pressure and the burden from the government. And I think so a state enterprise. And they say me can be about a friend say STC that they have challenges. Na me ka say time ora nyama don ko wo ho no o siesie ni ye ya ye bra na ko miansu obojuma ye. I think say government must watch then be whatever no they will put in the measures to solve it because they can employ more. They can even employ both informal and formal drivers, mates, and so mechanics. And some those with the formal education. So we need to have proper planning. Let's do away with the politics about youth employment because we should queue. And yet, near see what Ghana Fire Service alone, immigration is here.
Yeah.
And I think so. National Youth Employment,
Immigration, Fire Service, and I think prisons.
Prisons, National Youth Employment, NYE, and I say NEA or whatever. Job fair. the number of people that went to conference center. So it's very alarming. We need to come out with policies. Now you enjoy that policy of what? Deception. Oh,
but the policies of deception, one and modeba. For the say, it is a remo. It is a mobile yet. What you sell to us is what we buy.
That is the reason why me always know me encouraging me youth and say, Obiba, I say, oh, kase, may take your time and analyze near all cano. Don't just take it hook, line, and sinker. Say, wakase, oh, we share 1D, 1F. A brilliant policy. And this as a party, we are not against 1D, 1F because your name say, open up the industrial sector can create job. I want to say, okay, say, we see the factory every district. I hate to say the road and separating Okankwe, central. From any Ewaso West. Ewaso West were gone. A municipality. Where is the factory? Okankwe Central. Let me say Okankwe North municipality. Where is the factory? You see?
They want a municipality and a district one. A dear wohono. A dear one more a natural resource one. They based on that and then to put up the factory.
So that is the natural resource. We can always look at the nearby towns. Then you bring it. Industries I work around and they import some of their resources. Yeah. Oh, that is the policy of the deception. Yeah, can also you are changing no. Now it's PPP, the private and the public partnership. So now we are using the private sector to build it. Let's see what is happening. Omuko existing companies, they are plenty 1D, 1F. They are more management, training. They are more loan with some concession. The question is, whatever you are doing for, let's say, Daku farms, are they adding to the employment number over there? We don't know. So, we've done this, we've done that. Those are existing companies, whatever stimulus. But it's not changing the number of people who move. You must have all those policies. So, I think, the deception is too much. Let's focus as a country, the international. Oran, Mahama, Ekfre we have a challenge in our economy. They say, and Finance Minister Ekaye, 60% of our total revenue pays only emolument. Niakanu etia expense on loan. And so we have to borrow another 28%, 128% of our revenue. A Sanji loan at the count, and so now we can take care of only 2 line items. That is why we cannot employ people into the public sector. You see, we need to sit down as a country. And I'm Ekano. Now, put away, say, I know more than you. The obvious challenge, is staring at us. They say, time I see unemployment they say that's quadruple because you can see the number of people are more every day from the schools. Let's sit down. Let's come out what pragmatic policies are we can put in place to solve the youth unemployment. Say, be so be a Nejuma, NDC, MPP, and Fano. Because Obi no Juma, NDC youth and Juma, MPP youth and Juma, you create job, everybody will get something to do. Because the rate at which we are recording the unemployment is alarming. And that's national security issue. And these are youth when they become too frustrated. Say, about LGBT. Let me tell you, the bottom line under LGBT poverty exploitation. The men or those in it, so they take far youth, and use money to exploit them. Oh, if you get the youth job to do, I don't think they will have time to get involved. Most of the poor areas are having it's money. The differential factor, money. Say near oyeno, and I say near ope obema as a obano, a classica. So they need money to lure the youth. So it's dangerous. Armed robbery, all those social vices will escalate. As a country, let's sit down. Let's put away deception. Let's put away, in a way you're incompetent, and I mean you're competent. We are competent, but today look at it. Just look at the number of youth are struggling for jobs to do. Let's sit down and look at the way forward. I think, me as my experience, I will not talk without giving a friend is saying solution. Ghana, we are blessed. You're bad on natural resources that we have everything. The minerals, we have all the minerals in this world. Agriculture, let's sit down and come up. Now you at least 4 items. Your import basket, near your crop from outside. Government and your policy say we ban those things. Now in certain industries, because we have the resources to, produce those things in this country. I'm telling you, that will create job for a lot of people. Toothpick. How can we import toothpick? You mean the bamboo? Poultry is another one. Look, we spend now me can say IMF in August, $1 billion for our balance and payment management. Yes, 1.5 billion from cocoa syndicated loan, make it 2.5. Because will be in 3 months, poultry, sugar, and rice will take all this money away. Because Sasikan United reserve account. If we make any importer, we pay from central bank, and Sasikan we use it to offset in the corresponding banks. Within 3 months, all these just 3 items will take all this money away. Until they be we say Johnny. What we need to do is to look at what Ghanaians consume debia, your rice, your poultry, and your sugar. Can't we set up industries in Ghana for the Ghanaians to depend on Nyaya produce that will open up and create a job for marketing students, accounting students, chemical engineers, and so on. Even the laborers, even the cleaners, and so on in this country. So the way forward is industrialization and proper one, not just lip service and a 1D, 1F and a slogan. No, those things will not help us. Let's come back to the table. Now, you fire import basket, and you want to say 3, 4 out of it, and say we are going to produce those things in Ghana to feed Ghanaians, and the job will be open for everyone in this country.
Medas Emmanuel Adote Alote, NDC Communications team member, and no. Now, my member Ira as Anita no esway. Unemployment, youth unemployment. What is the way forward for my Ghana?
Sorry, Mambia Hamadasi. Menchia Ghana for United to Omo it FM. Achia Mojuma offer. Much am party leaders. Any party support. Regional executives. Gamunyana. I mean, before I said my basunuma, I meant to be bitter. Let me say, me be that thing on the rise. Tuesday, no. He wants to travel more. Sister station, UTV. And now, yeah, my and I knew about Yakrama advice say, oh, me to me crack Honanka, me no more coca. If which most of our banks now. We be say Nigeria for. In fact, I have not identified will be a meeting me a castle Ghana. So I'm on fiha into any mini job no more informal. Into Juma to say or more ton phone cases ne earpiece bebre na omwako board dumping for banks. No pay baby no omwako pack mo sa ade na mo pie piano. And I have seen this one industrial area, Zenith Bank. A lot of them, they started small about 2, 3. And there were about 15 now more somehow. And I feel, say, it is a security threat. As a national security threat. Obi bet to me ko yis kana say any pan be na we. And when we closed, I walked up to branch manager. And then I kind told me say they will move them. But who say they have done it completely? I mean, they'll move them. So I don't must say the police.
Because mostly omo call bank say ko yis kama crofo chesi omo no obi netia obi na frɛ. Because obi ani hono mo call bank obe ye dede say me call bank o ana me call ha ko yis kana bibi etesa informant hono na etia wo mo na.
Yes sir, me say omo dwuma but you never know.
Yeah.
About unemployment. But the akoba ye ya yes crofo bebre abodom pembo fire service ne immigration. Prisons. Yeah, sure. So me Ghana for.
Oh, what are you?
Honorable be as a mobile boy idea. I mean, this one me Ghana for.
Oh, what me Ghana for?
And yeah, imported ones now as a result of good programs are. Yeah, dear Gua Kwema, yeah, can't see a very important crop for me. And you are money, you woman. This a be MPP for bit me a boy because men this says some crop for be brebe, a movie Ghana. Thank you, Ghana had ya. Any other one. Many adult boy, a friend is saying, politics of deception. It's the best word to be used. Now, lie no more to something I be more to trash. Mamo njema no nsi born, but me na me de pa. Most of them, they are youth from the ages of 25 to about 35. Because they be a 40 be woman. But you see, when krana ye omo de omo fi say ye ko trahwe. Omo ti fia omo fi say o ade ye kokore nkosi hwe no. Mo do so kra che omo ko ho. Na omo twitwa hwe ene mo ko bo dompim wo awie mu no. You deserve it.
But you see ebinum obo hono ma wo kira de o peso sesa adwuma obo hono mo so ye o bibi kakra o ye but o ya banya adwuma.
Omo percentage e be ya hen. Whatever it is no nipa ni fi say adwuma o ye no. Katua no emmoa nti wo pe baabi a ebi akatua no be papa chen baabi wo no. It happens across board. Obi kropo wo a desperate group of company ye GD say company dey gina na so. Akono kwa nke bia wa fi ha. Na okope baabi fofo nti ye asesa na tie. But one omo gu fi omo anko no eno ye different. And I'm saying say I am happy about the happiness. Say mo ko to something we wiem. Na mo twitwa hwe I am very happy. Why am I saying so? The see a program ya ewe. Omo tie no enye the youth o.
Okura na mrewa.
Enye the youth ntia ya betra ha ya kan omo no tie. But I'm happy for the suffering that they are going through, including myself, because since 2012 I have not worked. I am happy for what is happening in the sense say. Thank you for mko gu ho no. 2020 omo anto aba.
They voted.
Yemi say so omo to aba ma Liberal Party of Ghana. Yemi say ho. Thank you for we ya and NPP ni NDC. They would fight, use their blood to fight to vote for them, to protect their ballot boxes, to print, so-called excess ballot papers for them. You have been used for 30 good years since we did reintroduction of democracy from 1992. Abesi ne, sabi owe di amesem ka se nye Jimmy a, ubeto se papa, onye juma nye. From that period that you will best be say the year 2000. Now beto so papa na ho kire wonya juma nye, o ma menso nya juma nye. Wo ye NPP ni wo ye NDC ni. Wa koso vote sa o mo no papa mu nyina o. Mo vote sa besi ne. When it say unemployment rate kosoro. A population of 38 million, unemployment rate as we hear now no, is about 4.5%. And no for me, I don't believe in those statistics. Now no papa mo koso to abama sa among boyfriend party mienu we. Na ye kasa sa emabru no amko board dumping wo so many institutions amope adwuma no. You as youth, mon kambom na young bringing up a new party. I be third force to move this nkokurafo ne mrewa omodi yaso ase omo bo mane kro no tetasehwe dream omodi wo man ye no we are nurturing and I say ye on say me atrakurase ache nti nkukọ no omoto a na wakobutu so na heat sa na emabem no wa hash ye sure say sa so na ye wo industrial poultry farms no incubators. We have created politicians, NDC and NPP. They have created an incubator of a group of people who are going to stage a coup d'etat in this country one of the days to come. They have incubated peddlers, drug addicts. They have incubated prostitutes over the period 30 years. Yen to me and solve my problem. Ikatwitwi dia wo hai. Lithium yakonya nrechi ye dia kwache. Now, what the some man boyfriend wait now, my swan? What's the whoop bibi here? Kwame Nkrumah nyuma egu ewira ba nye nyuma keto ase yesi e be revamp sa no man one sa factories no anka obe hu the UP tradition which truncated that foundation na ye lay ana bonsa ties nkofo e fa wo mo and accident bebre say car ties you ties ye to enche na apai ya ye produce ye ties wo omaimo Nkra now there was a retreading tie factory. As a no worn it out and I say we are what they call her no more the uniform for afa one. A year friend say a ring road and can just add two ring road nan can see in your football parks. I can see you left and right. Back left, back right. I be behind the pepper. There was an avenue about 25 acre of mahogany plantation. sɛ wopɔn adwuma na sɛ bi a traffic wo ba bɛtra hɔ wadwodwo ho akenkan book bi ana sɛ bibi dabi na mu just sa factories ni as we speak factories ni guduram tie factory ni ɛda hɔ your friend is saying a glass factory aboso ɛwɔ hɔ in some country ɛwɔ hɔ after you pin says jute factory shoe factory sugar factory rice mills ahorow akɛseɛ
tomatoes
rice mills no still it is still standing o who call no fa burger tanga meat processing factory any normal the meat factory was not only one about 2-3 we were canning fresh pineapples sugar factory na adwuma sɛ yɛ ma kwan ya nkola omo free school ombeko industrial attachment no omo ko twa hwede sa time na abrofo no so wo ha bi omo ma mu nyina they all went into the farm to as it were harvest the sugar cane to feed the your friend say factory no and na abaifo adwemmɔnefo nkokorafo omo nya omo adwe so ombebu omo yiye enti no factory a ɛsɛ yɛ revamp to say commended sugar factory no because of the cartel dream krono omo kra asikyira aba na ho fa so ombe yenti no omo mpesa ade no bekoso ade ne yɛ only one national theater wo Ghana ha nkrofo investors omo bank mpesa na se Ghana fa mpesa omo si a whole theater omo ma omo kwan because where your government na die on wa branch ya mo man use omo interview ma hwa na viral video wako person ye na ko memu ha sanke yes sanke your fertilizer factories 10 crank a chen o manya we have arable land ye kuyafo age o memu afa nanke was 10 fertilizer factories kwa ya export bia anke chen ye obi ba be ye because of moti modern baye ani aman sikadie a mo mpese obi be koso nti no mo mpese mo be ma branch no kwan anase sa investor no mo mpese mo be ma ne kwan ama na be ye factory no mo aso na mo se mo ye capitalist. And your tenant and as your mantra, they said the private sector is the engine of growth. Oyema, Rollins buy ya womutu betu tu UP4 and Kwafo ku ahoro ne no maloma. Omo best say o man passa na Rollins buy ya. Fine opportunity. Or therefore, anke so tutu o man ye. Ono so buy and obey implement diversity implementation committee. One of the most useless friends a policy I de ba Ghana. No start so mo ton abanyuma factories ahoro ye toning nyina Ghana rubber estate ani ye di feed tie industry no omo toning nyina ye mbi se enna se ye trust ne ye kan se yanki kambom se factories omo ton ye ni nyina no eho sika sai no mo nya ya wo be hu ebe ye wawere ho onu ankasa ne giri nana adwuma nana kurandu agima Rollins on to in some country time no na Ghana produce yankasa ye fruit juice ahoro ene normal ani ye de koye various shops mu a so we ye adwuma wotumi na se ye ntua oka wotumi ko ho wo de wayi o shit ko you can take whatever you want at the end of the month no matter if you wakatwem and na sa no mani nyina eni hobium and they had replicated that part of across the country and say wo ye adwuma abadwuma na se bia ye ntua oka you could go anywhere across the regions na wakoje aduane akofie osomso a yateafi answer one country no and now it's a white elephant. Yembisi who say what is the product that is coming from some country? Nipa bako. Now you're finding out say how much did she pay for some country? Now for mabru guho omu nyadwuma nye. Now o mine say because of sikaria ya won krofo e wa manya mrahye bedwam. And I say Ghana in policy. Many you can say is a particular way unemployment situation, politics. You can't say that. It is impossible. The UP tradition have said that government have no business in doing business, which is a lie. Sure. As a state, we are the biggest spender of the taxpayers' money. It is your responsibility to create jobs. And in creating jobs, you look at the size of the economy and go across the board and see, say, him funny what competitive advantage. You bet me invest with me and you bet me invest with near employment in Crawford. Into several rice near Bekomwa. Huge rice farms. Not a buying a yago. Huge your friends say cocoa. A friend Esa buying cocoa. What if we are buying one casa cocoa? Why should we go and borrow money before we buy cocoa? It's because of these two administrators in this NPP. And I may be to say, they see as we speak, various shopping malls have sprung up in Accra and Ghana. Okowa, carrot ne other perishable goods ni normal fresh no more craft South Africa ni other neighboring countries. Why can't you empower the youth to say we are giving an order to all the shopping malls say young youth no and a big produce fresh vegetables ama the shopping malls nti ube demarcate o zones nti se mu na mu wo friends lankwantana whatever mu be dua mu di feed a particular shopping mall carrot cabbage all those things. This is huge employment. Kaya kwa musu efia adokro kwan obi ka essay wo kwan so na wo de abu ato ho osiesie ka re wi na wo jasa do mo na nyina go wo fi sa kokwase bani e kwan so aye poto we nyina ya dwuma. It's because the government has not been able to create money to be able to pay for benya dwuma ye. Because there's no money ntina ye gu ha ye nya dwuma. Otherwise adwuma wo mamu hwe ye loan wo ye median kwan mu so nyina we have a brochure obien sat down 24/7 now musiesi. All these are jobs that you can create. Now 2012 IEA presidential debate o state says ono oba obe making sure say the unemployment situation especially regarding the youth no obe pavement wo Ghana ha ye kuro mu frontages ne no manoma ni na that contrary in terms of using pavement blocks no manoma any grassing of whatever obe mo moaye oba e waka mo asem onu nanim the whole Ghana he has the most expensive lawn flowers ni ye craft Dubai and ye beduadua ho wo hwe the other side the super contrast between onu nanim ho any first Nima police station omo born ho ban BBC they can reinforce quickly no from anim ho na hwa wo so anim ho 4 less good 2 less bad animal kingdom animal farm any home no. So this administrator look out for a new party. The youth of Ghana join a new party. Let's come out with a serious force and move NPP and NDC and Ghana will be a better place. So mabru ni nyina ye na agi o mana CSM na se yesi ye bebu o manu technology youth and creating of apps na that want me nya creating of app many I want to me nya me to me nya because my past me age cry I'm out of the youth. But they are creating softwares a whole. Let us put the country into their hands to lead, and you will see the progress in this country.
Meda Mr. Sanis ano ena otse nenkana. Honorable Benaye.
Yaba.
Mr. Sanita no try left, right, and center. Was it both NDC and NPP? Mama Ghana Mebuno SSC form. One more since I found one more bar. They are the third force. One more air call on LPG. One more call on the youth to rally behind them.
LPG a new. A
new party.
I feel no matter.
Oh, some fans say what the two NDC MPP who are new.
At some more.
I am more.
Marco elections be
sure.
And I'm
sure.
In your Marco Bessy. Let me pass me a show.
Oh, Marco 2 times. Ghana for Antoine Mawomo.
Okay.
Yes, MPP ni NDC na aji obi ati.
Okay. Ebi di kamera ase. Me chia oni wetie phone.
Etie for Jos.
Abo class e. Ye ontumi hwe ni fie yie no. Manage your own home. Yere ne o mama ense bi. Kakra mi god manage ya. Ni kwa so ye den. Oye sofo. The show so be bishop na otumi manage. Ifo sorry nipa bebre. Party as a baby election times. Now, if 0.05% to grad, what does it show? Just lack of leadership. Don't have what it takes to mobilize and sell more ideas. Now, man, for buy into it.
I think so.
What does it take for party to become a better you say? So if you ask them this basic thing won't mean yet. I'll be just here for a man and then come basic. What no a done you are if you know. Said your Tiama who use some abusive words. Ghanaians are not dumb. We are party now message. Listen to you. Oma says so what say. Anna say pata voter na. Say emphatic voter. Don't think they are stopping to the man to ama. Think so. Etibu kasa ya mon kasa yi. Anyway, before me TSC main
Oh, yeah, prelims.
Hey, me bana kanda wuno. Na me tie bibi kakra. Baby a me ne nua ba me no anya dwe. Ene how am si kweti. Topic na de buy.
Okay.
So obi kita ne Ghana voters card. Voter. The friend is saying voter ID card. What they call bank. New voter ID card.
Yeah.
What they call bank. So transaction. Almost say no. And then people are up in arms. Nyaba, metie emi ko twa ticket. British Airways ticket. Emi ko abrochiraba. Twa me kono. Ko British Airways for counter. O mama me flight mako. Me ba back no. Me the ticket no air kwa akofo KLM. And me the ko Turkish airline for mukaza counter. No so mama me mfo na. As it means that British Airways have failed me.
No, about it to who say emfa.
Because
okay.
That particular card was issued by EC for a specific purpose.
Okay.
And now EC no issue card said this card no what the bet to aba and no pen abit media to aba. Okay, I'm mad to aba no man fan to aba. What to aba? A third party be somewhere. And no person who identity who you are for or no any business be whatever. It will use adopt software be from somewhere. Say easy for card no the man no. E bet me dia dance say wo ye benaya na say wo ye menua ba BIAMAH. It is alcohol no na for whatever reason. O say card we there menje. What you by blaming the EC, especially nyawo. Some of the callers no thinking say easy for anyo me ya bokagu ya isi egu. Was that card meant for identification at the banks?
It was meant to be used as a voting card.
Exactly, and that is it.
What about the old one?
And I'm just saying the third party are all used to obi card as several on the purpose. No, it's a different ball game. You don't blame the person who issued the card no for a specific. Please. Mami making me point. Mami making point. Listen, I hope you know the difference between a voter ID card and national ID card.
I know.
I'm not talking about a national ID card now.
Yes, I know.
I'm talking about
voters ID card.
Issued not for any other purpose.
But what about the previous one? What about the old one? Was it not meant for voting?
No. Listen, that card was issued for voting. However, the third party, in this case the bank
or any other institutions,
decided that they want to use that card for identification in doing their business.
Apart from the voters ID card, the DN as a Ghanaian obey use as identification.
It's 18 years no money voters ID card.
Now, obi ni 18 years what me akọ bank say me kwa is kana me koye because ne maami ana ne papa gina na nemu eye sa de na ma no through no ne ID card. It is a meba see issue
before you started to about Ghana yenye identification.
Yeah, what?
So what are we talking about?
It where is it now?
Say, please. But my mom make myself clear. Please. Una time.
I'll give you the time to comment on it.
Listen. Please listen.
Please. Card is one of them. National ID. Can I say that? The Ghana card is one of them.
Or say he's not talking about national ID.
I'm not talking about national ID. I'm talking about the voters ID card.
The national ID. Take your time.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
Bank. No, I work in the bank and I know that, yes. So, they say national ID, voters ID one, Ghana card here one, license here one.
Unless you say you want to combine them
to
make it one.
Normally, they refer Ghana card as national ID, which is wrong.
Please.
That's the point I'm making.
You are confused.
No, you are not confused. No, you are confused, rather.
When I get
the analysis I'm making. Electoral Commission they issue voters ID cards.
I was asking, sir, who is responsible, sir? Sir, your data on voters ID card. On national databases.
So what my man see I'm making myself clear.
Because you so new voters card and find your transactional. Why can we
find their transaction?
Whatever
voters
transaction
ID card is meant for what? It's meant for what? Voters.
Then why are we using the old one?
Oh, please. You see, you are confused. Instead of listening, instead of saying,
no.
Because one difficulty, one challenge or memory say. Sometimes in our confusion, obi tries or best play new man to yeah. It's not even able to train yet the all can, whether it makes sense or not. We jump in. And then we keep to our confused state.
It's you.
There's a difference between national ID card, which is supposed to self-identify you everywhere you go.
Okay.
If we national ID card wherever I go, me buy metrics ni bibia na say a pop up. Now it shows that many ben aye. And now yeah issue a friend say voters ID card by its name no is for a specific purpose.
Okay.
Me drive na police need stop me. Can I show him my voters ID card to show that I can drive?
You have your driver's license.
Please, you can. Please listen. What's your question? Can you show your voters ID card to the police and you can drive?
Show your driver's
that
license.
You can drive?
No.
If you don't have it,
now what's the question I'm making? Say, over to me the voters ID card. I tell police. Because I have a voters ID card, I can drive.
No. For that one, no. But if the person wants to identify you as Ghanaian, no. Your premise.
In his confused mind, when I'm even talking about a policeman issue, or immediately he said yes. I feel no because he say, listen, develop the art of listening. Develop that art. You can go on. Develop that art of listening. No, I'm not saying no. I haven't used that word. Please don't put that in my mouth. I'm saying, sir. Of course, if you are not confused, I can say you can show your voter ID card to a police officer to justify the mission you are driving. Fine. That is why I say, me are confused. Me say, the police needs to stop me. Mean to me, no person who say whether I qualify to drive or not. Mean to me for my voters ID card in Chile. In my clear mind, and I know say voters ID card. Despite say so person who I am. Perhaps obey to me, between the natural. But as to say, I can drive or not, the voters' ID card and yet enough to prove that.
There's no place.
Exactly, this is the point I'm saying. He was saying no, and yet he says that he's not confused.
I am not confused.
You prove me wrong, so between the voters' that ID card.
Maybe you also did it.
I was making the point and you said no. Oh, please.
Mr. Tano,
you and your police shower or driver for voters ID card, man. Telling them out the right to drive. Can you use Oko hospital? Now say Ukra health insurance. Yes, if I card the brand, we between do driver's license at home.
Health insurance card.
Health
insurance. Money.
No, he's not making any. I mean,
Mr. Tano, what money?
Voter ID plus national ID.
In his confused state. In his confused state. Oh, please. All I'm saying is that we should get it right. There's a difference between national ID card. I cut across everywhere to me identify who you are.
Okay.
Now, like it is done in other positions. They're trying to incorporate onto this national ID card. No? Oh, yeah, identity.
Is it now that we are trying to streamline things, or that is what has been the practice?
No.
Because honorable, what can I be?
What card be the
what's a national ID card?
Did we even have it before? Did we have it? Did we have it before?
We never had it.
So if because I said now, why are we arguing?
Now before, let's say you're streamlining. You're streamlining way. We are on it.
That is the point I'm saying. Now, yeah, try say.
And why do we have to refuse that ID card?
Please,
because yet me is old voters ID card. Emma Obiji Tumso, this I can identify you with this voters ID card. Why not the recent one? Because when we say a year for Frono, the old one must face out.
Yes.
And why is it that we are still dependent on the old one, but not the new one? That is my problem.
The banks are private institutions. You agree with me? Are the banks private institutions?
Yes.
Good. And I may make an argument say national ID is a different ball game.
Okay.
Oko other jurisdictions that we my now social ID number the man follower from school and to school. Baby auntie, your boss are number now. We be able up. Pay and I started national ID card. Yeah, try say yeah they other about that platform so kakra as a nation. After all these years, when you try to get there. Meanwhile, institution back could be because there has any proper national ID. Okay. The financial institutions and other people, other organizations have to say, okay, that body be a friend easy. I issue card be the Ghana for. Though it is meant for voting and nothing else, no. Because to a large extent, you bet me I rely on that card to identify your clients in it, you know. Young portal, young call software go into their system. Say the bear, Ubano kita nubia. You bet me again and also, a dear dancer say, nipa asumesi. That does not necessarily mean, say, that you know, through electoral commission, voters ID card, no, the purpose, the import of doing that, no, was to use it for identification in other places.
Hey, honorable.
Please, the import, that sense of it was for voting and nothing else. Third parties third party institutions be. Have you read this in National Voters ID? Have you read it? Have any of you read it? About Parliament no indicates that the voters ID card no was to be used for other identification purposes.
But is it not part of your national IDs before the Ghana card?
And I make sure say, and there's a baptismal certificate is your this thing. And baptismal certificate.
There's no picture on it. There's no picture on it. There's no picture on it. You move from baby and
one move here, and you have been a move here, and I'm just saying one basis no writer. And yet the banks
but honorable, as we sit here to speak now, no, you need national ID card.
In the 80s, none of voters ID card near bank.
Sure.
How would we be identified?
That one I don't know because at that time I didn't.
Fine. It's not me just say, your banks no. And now if you said there is another card there, you bet me I rely on.
It is said the owner what can say it is rather the banks no man identify that old ID card you know say a national ID card.
It's a electoral commission do must we now so they come at the banks and other institutions said this is an ID card, accept it or not. This is the point I'm making.
Hey, honorable.
Oh yes,
this is serious.
Unless one kind the act now issuance of
old ID to identify you as Ghanaian. I didn't know agent no.
Because banks na accept here no as a form of.
It's not true. Mami, it's not true.
You cannot use it. It is the banks no you emoji.
The central bank controls the bank.
The card is the property of the state.
Oko bank says here. Now on kita old voters card now. You can use your driver's license.
You can use your passport.
You can use your passport.
You want government to tell them
as our current voters ID card way there.
Why not say? Oh, is it the state business?
The state have to make that.
Who regulate? Mami.
Before the next round, my producer, and friend the CC and National ID office, and the Association of Ghanaian bankers, from now, no more say, why not? Yes, again, whether is the state.
But as honorable Benaye and Oten and Kano, honorable.
20 minutes. 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Yes, he can youth employment. One can. Yes, he can youth. One can youth.
Because you allow them.
No.
I didn't talk.
I'm 5 minutes now. If I bring
youth unemployment. Different from the national unemployment. Again, we shouldn't get it wrong. We may go to 4.5B. That 4.5. Now one. Youth unemployment is about 8 point something. So, statistics from ILO website, and then this year it was about 12%. Asa, o kasa na mikura betia o. Oh, o betia say.
But honorable to asuma me.
O betia. No, me party o dey na quote no for general unemployment statistics. Youth unemployment ILO for ni. Me know say a liar and statistics ni. The whole from 2007 to current. Pa o dey that one say a lie no. Fabra.
2007. I see NDC time. 2007. I see NDC time.
Mini what you say? Me say from 2007
but
to
2007
date.
NDC was power.
Hey, are you
on boss?
Go for say the yaman family no more program.
See NDC time.
Me say from yes
NDC was power.
And I make sure statistics from 2007 to date. When you so confused you, and I mean go to DC
lies and deception.
Oh yes, and I'm saying, oh the one NDC.
Okay, back one me huni o say 2019, the estimated youth unemployment rate in Ghana was at 8.72%, according to the ILO.
That is the thing I make. And I can make quote from 2007.
Youth unemployment rate from 1999 to 2019.
Okay, do you want to cry there call further? Who person who about me check NDC area I'm checking now. Say I'm better West.
2016.
Who started?
About 2016 it was 11.
We start program me tell say me diabolical. Enye bi ni da mu ye yo.
2016 it was honorable Bacho. Mami Kotuwe 2016 it was 11.33%. 2017 8.84%. 2018 8.78%. 2019 8.72%.
They are better. Under the two eras before even 2016. 2015 na saying. 2015
and the about almost started from 2016.
And I'm also from 1999. Anyway, it was about 12, 13, 14 under NDC. But said okay, I'm not coming in here. About youth unemployment, yeah, because of national security implications. I want to know. And you can see the politics, and yet, almost starting from there, no politics of deception and what have you. He ended up. That is all he came to do.
That
is what he. That's what he did.
Of this, and I question him. Say, more politicians, you know, and what they sell to us is what we buy.
Yeah.
Me too.
One D1F. Was he trying to do politics? But with the misituity argument here, okay, youth unemployment. A ban we say buy. Prove we say any this politics of deception. You buy a non-corano backlog. Because of this yakakra mokope or IMF. Now there was freeze on employment into the public space. Now backlog ababe guho. Those were the days and we invest no makwa join association of unemployed graduates. Life of hopelessness. You buy for immediate solutions. There's a backlog. No, you the NAPCO beba near far about 100,000 out of the pool backlog now we're creating. A crowd among form into nursing a health, any teaching a Minoka say near far about 100,000 of them. But who solve these kinds of problems? While who find immediate steps, and they are solving some of the problems now we face immediately. There must be medium and long-term solutions. That is why we believe that industrialization is the way to go. You see, a basic 275. Every district must have one. Rome was not built in a day. Don't deceive anybody. The factories, it makes medicine overnight. You started here, and as we speak now, about 100 plus are up and running. At this time, I'm 200 secondary school, I'm 29. 100 plus up and running. Again, creating jobs for about 150,000 of our youth. Don't forget, said you may I starting in no. We cry initial AU, but as almost expanding in no. It comes with job creation. It comes with job creation. Aban say, look, so my you bet to me, near creating a lot of jobs for our people. Also creating the enabling environment. Because yes, we believe say government aban Ghana had there looking at yen said the aban has no business in doing business. Typical example GBC any despite media group. The car resources in Nyoma Nanka 2 stations you are. Nka senka enyama fe GBC and yet ene ye come on listenership ne BIAMAH kwakudu a GBC MM babia. Adintia it tells you the difference that ya ban adwuma ene the ye private ayi. It yes yen create the enabling environment. Yen help the private sector. No more become the engine of growth. And pampa so no uhwa na mo na dance a enyoma ya ye nyina e di dance. Me no ka say cost of borrowing, interest rate. Share the rate no reduce significantly. A new baby anki ye peno. But we a businessman and as entrepreneur bia na unim say cost of money, cost of borrowing. Ye key. As interest rate ever from no. And when me encourage you ma what me call for more funds now. A juma person starting for and also person will expand there. What to me aye? And rates no a show in the positive direction now. Yes. The other side, I mean, we started cancel one can you know, many are doing to some extent. Okay, Ghana, you hear, or see to me reorient your youth neighbor. Ubia dream yen say, I'll send me a white collar job, and some of me send me a juma. Meanwhile, there are other fields, be brave, hormones, and juma technical, vocational, or my or my all kinds of things you or more. Then yet your mentality towards those kinds of jobs are. And now you book say you man abu is it abu fia. And the rest also frown on them. And now you recognize and respect those carpenters, masons, and the rest nina, just like we respect some of these telecentitive banks now. Perhaps and can yet this numbers of unemployment and can can was
but because what did you say? You prepare ground so no well enough, a enabling environment now. You're creating enough to support entrepreneurs. Because I know
and yet event. I didn't make us a started from your mindset, conscientization.
Right now we are being conscientized.
Exactly. Right but now. But it happen and your event. But a better gradual.
Yes.
Because we are not here, maybe a million or a carpenter, be the example. Okobo 9 back so a anhwe obetumi anya be 10,000 15,000
sure
wo obeti bank bi oya adwuma abosom yetua na ebi about 700 800 Ghana the whole year 8 times 12 9,600 no benya eso asem si fie sisi ya na ye pede oya adwuma wa out bank no ye ba be fro carpenter ni na okobo dan back person onya that match no anhwe ye be fro
but me was problem kakra with some of your state institutions and say bia ye pe bibia there were local carpenters wa ha ebinum san of fe example ye parliament ni ye pe nkonwa bi e wo ho ye pe nkonwa wo ho ye wo carpenters ya wo mo ye tables niema fe wo ma bi showrooms a wo mo de ekre but we couldn't go to them ye call rather China to go and import such things to come. Meba Abrantie be me can kind of write up be on Facebook. I was very sad. Or yeah, and Pabua boots, security boots ebi. Into your call one of your first institutions be more and okohu penny back so upon the top. Even 1% kora on farmer na on produce. He didn't listen to him. It is such a person.
Me know you're doing perfectly.
How do we help such people?
Me know you're doing. So, did I make us a conscientization as a American? The average Ghanaian fees are DBA if you are bruchida bano and better than the Ufia here. And no question say a boy and call for the special finishing. Nice, maybe
sure. And they sure, but the more we patronize it, no, the more no almost so a policy. Because you are patronizing, how did they policy?
Me know you are drinking, I make you say conscientization in a can
sure.
Me know where the average Ghanaian looks down upon BBF or no crew to the extent that even Yenya and our language. That is where how far we've gone. Again, I need to mean Cabrofwa. If he's on there, he doesn't know what he or she doesn't know what time it is. I don't know what kind of crew casa. So I'm not pronouncing baby fufu and as a bunku and as a body appreciate. You don't know what time it is. But I see pizza there. It means that yes, waba. So the mention. It is a no some enye event. A bit take kakra before we get there. If you say a brasso, you be conscient as your home. You be nyadwin sakra. Na ye jai say a new man amafo na ye omo amusa no duma like a Greek. After all, even when we were in school, you person punish you and you got baby amaza kokodo. We finish school with that mindset to say we are here punishment. You kwa na say buy. It is a young orientation in you beka ho asem because we obia na betumi join the security services. We obia na betumi join the white collar jobs here but bia ni we are here etisa.
But when you say government will much role to play.
Of course.
Because maybe police for
but
more maybe 50-50. Maybe police for and now soldier for 50-50. Uniforms no ye pam 50% e wo high local. Ya come cry every outside and famra. With that, so no and kakran na ye foreign one no everyone na fe locals na ababefa. Ye started bibisa MY.
Me no ya drain na me say hwe even the okay hwe. Enu me your police mu. Ya started from your mindset your police mu.
Yeah.
Na boot near the ban. Ye man me imported one be near ma wo Ghanaian one na wa hwe be complain. The me na me say local one. So omo yiyim omo de imported one in command people the papa no ye dey command people before na ye ne aka no omo de ye do ya you see yes yes it just started from there ne enuma na ye look down upon them enuma na ye frown upon them enuma no nkora ni bi ye na ye feel say enye enuma papa no they started recognizing those jobs after all. Kana for you to kwa bloche bebre. Kokko adwuma ye mududu na ayeye. Kokko adwuma bebre kwa ye. Yet ye nya de cashews near the befia. We are respected as bloggers. So aden ye ti ekrom dia we frown upon these same jobs are.
Honorable Medase P. Honorable Benaye and I was saying Kano.
Mika bebre. Yo, mami em say program we in Crofo 80 and I think yes you are there. Inti mami call back on the national ID.
Okay, quick one.
You see national ID. Ghana card is one of them. Ghana has say.
Yeah.
Voters ID is one of them. Driver's license is one of them.
It is wrong.
Passport is one of them. Neighbor. And I think so. And I think so. Oh. And I think so. Almost said normally no.
The Ghana card you are talking about, yes. We are still on it.
Yes, but that is what we call the national ID card.
Mommy,
even majority of the people,
it's not a national ID.
Majority of the people no can register without their cards.
Mommy,
again you are wrong.
Mommy,
oh sometimes.
No, mommy. I feel so. No, I feel so, mommy. Normally, no. Say the forms. Two names say fill the forms are. Once again, right? National ID. Normal option say choose back.
Voters card.
Excellent. And I feel so. Banks in the country, no. One mother banker, I control money any central bank. But be compliance NKYC. They set the agenda as to the ID cards are UBG as a bank. Before you can work as a bank, if you go against that is non-compliance, they can take your license. Unima, just listen and learn. Very simple. If the bank say, I will not take your voter's ID card, or no, that is the card, young man from the central bank. What you say? Per compliance and KYC. Or not to mean any other thing apart from that. And I think ID card is supposed to identify say when he allocated, now the name any DNA or the show your bank account, this is the same person. Very simple as that. Oh, the banks want to be covered. If it be G5 no, the soft copy of all the data I want country no. If any say EC Ediama banks no, DVL Ediama banks no, and after so Ghana immigration to Ediama banks no. That's how come Uber. Yes, ye pese yenji card we can G5 to confirm. Say ni ojime name no card odi mam no. That's the same person. So they don't operate outside the laws of this country. Until you learn it. Very simple.
No,
and I feel so. Wafa.
When we're talking about voters,
who is confused?
The issuance of the
Mommy,
purposes of that card, no.
Mommy,
and for banking transactions.
Mommy,
that is a simple thing.
Mommy,
You are
Ghana
if
card,
the banks decide to accept it,
Ghana card,
the same as
Mommy, Ghana card as one.
ID card is for bank transactions.
Mommy, Ghana card as one of the cards. Ghana card. And you to say no so what you use
Ghana card is for what? It's for what?
Ghana card and you to say what you use no. And also has been accepted. And also it shows like your personality when any within. So that one too has been accepted. And say Obi, the reason why banks need to me use the new one is say they don't have the software or the soft copy of everything. So they can't G5 to confirm. And I think you wouldn't say Ghana has say no. It's the state. The state. Oh, and I make I say it is the Bank of Ghana that regulates them, that shows them the compliance and the KYC. No, of course you will pay, but the state has to be available first. As I say, no, the state no available until almost needs a soft copy. No, that is the reason why they
but
cannot.
You know that they use it. You know that the banks use it.
I thought partisans and free man can say politics is a key because country leadership and governance is politics. Obroni define politics what authoritative allocation of what values. Authority will come from what? Election. And our values near welfare, near so man can say, don't do politics with employment. You know, there's politics, but partisanship. Ain't our for ASA no. Honorable Benaye. Oh, who see 1D1F, 104, whatever, which is a lie. B5. It's not government, private entity. And I'm called Buano. That good forms. You see, you have done no
input. And no,
so, mommy, I acknowledge that. Say. They go there. Can I
for other people?
They help them in management. They help them to get subsidized loan, which is good. But my point is, the number of I'm coming. The number of people I say existing campaign, they don't increase at a higher rate with the number of people So you still have a lot of people not getting any job and can be 5 from scratch and come. Not for every 100, but it's a existing campaign into or no say no or 90 into the 10 can you still have most of our youth not having any job. And I think so. And I think you see, they said 8.7% of the population. That time
of the youth unemployment rate.
Of course. Start no. What see?
Different from the
what I mean about almost see 8%. What do you mean of the population? Time mama wo no. Now you get 30.8 million. I'm coming. If you strike in 11 now born by 11, it's like 8. 8 will be more than because now they have increased. You see, these lies, any deception, that is the reason why we are always suffering. And I feel so. I don't say every before that year. I can say every before that year. I say I'm moving on as every year. And I feel so. I say essence say there be partisan politics in say me partisan politics in say enti omu ye NAPCO and this Saturday.
NAPCO employed about 100,000.
Maybe almost 100,000 grow for almost 700 cities times 3 years. That is 2.5.
Oh, they pay
2.5 billion. Mommy. Oh, yeah, funny say yet here. Almost grow for 100,000. Almost 700 cities times 3 years. And I need this one. Almost wasted 2.5 billion. Nanka 2.5 billion. Yeah, fast Jessica. EDC company say yeah 5 Niyama ye important to Ghana. And said Niyama me I buy me chemu. Me reserve 2.5 billion SC factories. Do you know what 2.5 billion can do? Now me employ mu. Like by now the factory will be expanding. They will have more distribution and employ Niyamu Banu. But it's time for partisanship. Almost say 2.5 billion. And then we go for you Saturday and then we go for you. You see, you postpone the person's problem. And then or coffee Saturday. And what are they going to do? So what are they? No, mommy. Obi on NAPCO. Now, Juma on NAPCO for 3 years. Almost 300 cities. 31st of October, Saturday, where we occur in Fa. Who is that 2.5 billion SC factory and come? They say they are training more distribution. And so because say partisanship and lies and the say mine. So Mr.
You already me I'm already confused. Me I accept that. I accept that. Say I'm already confused. But let me point out something.
Okay.
BIAMAH, who be a question? BIAMAH say opinion honorable I want you and I want to was national so-called national ID card. Yeah, the vote to say
Debbie.
Say a Dutch. You can say a be a Dutch. It will be the ultimate, and indeed it should be the ultimate. Until all this carding system is fantastic. But I don't say you cannot use the the national ID or voting centers or no. The purpose of the voters' ID card started way back since 30 years ago. In fact, no, I can't say 80s. Now there was no card. In fact, since 1960s, there was a national ID. There was ID. Remember, now they are hostile. What we are saying is, ID no yeah first one and now picture be any so yeah the Ross I would dream no. It started to say yes, it's a system. Yes, it's a system.
Yeah, black and white.
Yeah, but I'm talking about voters' ID. I'm talking about voters' ID. I'm talking about voters' ID. Or say the voters' ID cannot be used, say, as part of the national carding system, which is wrong.
No, Mankasa. Please don't misquote me. Listen, voters' ID, police needs it qualifies you. Right.
Oh, please, don't trivialize the thing. Don't trivialize the thing. Let me make my point.
What is the point
I'm saying, sir, don't trivialize the thing. What I'm saying is, voters' ID, voters' ID, what say, we are. It is not mandated on the government, and I say, other states, yes. We are talking about the practicalities, not the import. We are not talking about import, the practicality of the thing. That will let the other institution know, say, we are going to picture ni wudini, and only voters' ID. Who can vote? They have their passports. They have other. So the passport also qualifies as one of the national. What are you talking about? They have all options.
Can a Ghanaian use his passport to vote?
We haven't gotten there. We are talking about voters' ID. Please. Mepacho, listen. MAAME, what I'm trying to say is the voters' ID card is the property of the state. That is why every institution recognizes it. It is not for a particular purpose. Who can vote you? You can still use it. It is acceptable. What are you confused? You understand?
Because confused.
The bill. No, we are talking about practicality.
It will be a use of no. And something because it is the third party decides for identification purposes. You who say easy for Makadi Bia. A bit media dancer say, we
honorable, you see, honorable, you are confused. You are very much confused.
It is a third party, no.
Honorable is confused.
You pick this card, yeah. What's a third party?
That is the bank in this case.
So I'm adopting a particular card. Say, well, yeah, and your card and find
that's a foreigner's going here. Then I'm
passport.
If I decide Jehovah will matter as Omunye.
Maybe we voters ID.
Yes.
Voters ID.
Passport.
Honorable. Yes. Honorable. You have your choice.
Card is also part of the
yes. And I'm going to bank no now.
And your bank no idea to say.
And your bank no. That is the rule for central bank.
The bank cannot on their own. So what I'm saying is, the voters' ID is not just for voting purposes alone. Okay. It is please.
Its main agenda, its main purpose is to vote.
Yes.
Aside that,
and your B. It is the part of the it is what has been. It is not your B. It is the proper. Listen. It is the property of the state. And to be able to present this identify say you are Ghanaian. They will accept it. Me passport, but me passport, my voters' ID. Me call bank says I can decide to use my passport and not my voters' ID. Apart from that, I miss a question. Currency, you 1 cedi 2 cedi and then akosi 50 Ghana cedis me tell another crop what the 5,000 Ghana cedi beba
you 100 or 200
you 200 cedis more you say the 5,000 Ghana cedis
and they maintain
but I'm saying sir with all this different currency what is it any Ghana currency so we be gina ham honorable aye we 1 cedi through bottom se sia now to team wa memmo am my head wa police station say what say aban ajapade enti aban aboka no why voters ID no all the chem dia meje in fact you kokra say pay 50 bi man once a state property no it is recognized everywhere and I am happy said that the government of the day is putting almost all the card together because the card now it is open such that at any point in time they can infuse into it a different card be a beba. Where I think I lack understanding. They say, yeah, the best thing say, buy your card, number one, and it be your passport near Yamo. The my commending and also I lem. In that aspect, Dutching, the voters' ID will be the only card we are gonna near Ube to make a vote. Until we are only saying, say, all the different currencies. All the different currencies. Nigeria for baby bank. Would you say Nigeria bank na baby your currency it is the state profit. They must abide by the rules and regulations. One can say we a Nigeria bank we behind to look of a Nigeria currency. It doesn't happen. So everything that belongs to the state, it is the taxpayers' money that were used. It is the legislature. No more Jitum say, say, Emma Ganani, a bia ya one so no death certificate bia. That is something that the government recognizes. So every institution now or be flouted in not accepting that particular document as one of the things that they can use to identify Obia or Yegan. You have trampled upon the rules and regulations of the country. You understand? And you don't let people think, say, voters' ID card purposely for voting and nothing else. Otherwise, the old ID card, they wouldn't have been collecting it as we speak. So, see, I must also confess, say, the national ID card, no. First, no, baby, but recently, medical CB, whatever bank, Omoje. Into yes, it is uncrophobic lackadaisical attitude to impute the synchronize whatever it is. But
consumers now rising against their banks are. Don't go buy the software.
No. What software? But whatever it is, no, it must be recognized. That is what we are saying. We are not
recognition in any face now.
No, but if you say because of the write-up, what did you the be or say the Omocho Parliament or what the import of the ID card is only for voting.
Yes, that is a fact.
Honorable, it is, but you also agree. Have you ever used your ID card for something?
That's the main purpose.
Yes, but the people folk
there's a difference between if I say young Kotosi can see the Bikuim. And I see the Bayer near me and some fata. If you can deal in the bed door, the base, that is the purpose of it. To be useful for other things. No, just say I can one of the purposes. I don't put a bad thing to be a good example. All I was saying is the essence, the import, who could the act more. The text is a voter's ID card, voting. Now, because and also others who says have card, no, a genuine card. Oh, big to be a dear dance here, some part. A benign near and panitino. Make me Gina no so. They identify.
You cannot do that without the state consent. When it belongs to the state, you can use it anywhere. The state, unrecognized. Me fan say a baptismal card. It is a buy and a recognized baptism. And you can say the Beko Bank, ne other place. You took the Beko. But baptismal card is for the religious fraternity. And you are binding. But a dear are binding the taxpayers' money. And now, the legislator that you to say.
So, it is a ambulance HSM. The behalf for that purpose.
Oh, to carry sick people.
Yes.
But emergency.
But to be the cement.
You are stabbing yourself in the back. You understand? Because yes.
In Nippana dream, you fair to say, even though this ambulance is meant for this,
and then the illegality power
a particular purpose. There be, I mean, Mitchell on the say, The bitch say it's okay. The banks and other institutions use your also for identification, like the driver's license, like any other document, be a passport, whatever. Yeah, which media identifies a one Mami Beman as a one Ben Iron. Hey, okay. And also end defeating the original purpose. This are card.
The intent can be there. But once
the law non cassette and no fan
the law no
cassette voters ID card no ye de kwakoye any other.
That's a law no liberal and can
convenient. We can rely.
It is not like that. It is not like that. It is not. Intimidate manusi no. Mede manusi na me be kai na me me say one here honorable you are more confused. You see medicine no medicine no na me kai honorable say ne preambles no or say who sell a good message ne so and our party ye beto am. The Liberal Party of Ghana is not selling bad news. The Liberal Party of Ghana is not selling bad. Yes, it's not selling bad message. The only things you people have been able to manipulate the system. Said the youth. That is what you have done to them.
You think they are not smart enough?
That is what you have done to them. You have indoctrinated them right from the tertiary institution. They go and corrupt the LSRC during election. Everywhere you are there. Everywhere you are there. It is you who have corrupted the people. So when they come into the mainstream, they are still corrupt. That is the problem. And so for us, we are advocating for a situation where it is not about say you have numbers, but policies. That is why the Liberal yes, say you will 10 billion dollars to invest. No. We had it before.
10 billion.
Oh, Massa. Now 10 billion. You find for your bottom move. No. And I'm saying, say, your program. We have a $10 billion project. I did making sure say the youth will go into as it were technology. Now you're making sure say vocational institutions, you're seeing more rather than say a basic school track. Equipment be good.
Meda say I was for more text messages. My fa kakra emfema sana maba ensema to so mistake wonder Edway Finse Wama Drageno said the super incompetent and adult led NPP then in opposition promised Ghanaians heaven on earth. But what we are experiencing now is massive youth unemployment and unprecedented unbearable economic hardships. Price of goods and services are skyrocketing. No textbooks for basic schools. Our roads are bad and the center cannot hold. Never again to this mother serpent of corruption and insensitive Nanado-led government. Good day, Mami BIAMAH AKWAFO. I will be most grateful if you could use your respected platform, MAAME program, to wish me a happy birthday. Almighty Allah has been kind enough to me and my family. Musa Abatwa said ene eye na woda. Esanso na Dr. Baba Zambo, master planner, and so eye wa woda. Me wish you nyina glorious happy birthday. Positive change Edway from Medina. The problem with us in this country is that we take Akufo-Addo and Wale Adam Smith too serious most of the time, and they continue to play with our minds and intelligence. You remember concrete roads, sky trains, trotro to get Wi-Fi, cars for Okada riders, hostels for Kayayes, paying rent for the youth, bank account for all, Cape Coast Airport, Cape Coast Harbour, Keta Airport, and now Agenda 111. Unless we wise up, these tricksters will continue to make mockery of us. Kwame Entry, Edway for New Aplaku. I've said it over and over again that it is a complete waste of time and effort for any youth without protocol connection to respond to security agencies' recruitment adverts. Such adverts, sad to say, are a mere formality extending from the PNDC days through the NDC times and down to the present period of the ruling NPP. If anyone is to be blamed, it is very fair to blame the PNDC, the NDC, and the NPP in equal measure. In Shraba Anelka, Edway Efre and Ashaiman constituency, President Anado is really focused and nothing can distract him, and also no amount of propaganda, mischief, politics from NDC will work. Special greetings to Senuhu Bayobo Mahama, former NPP national organizer. In Shraba Anelka, Edway and Monkaila Jonas, inside Kerry. Please, let Sami Jemfi and his NDC press conference isn't what we need at this time of the day. Mama told us that we've chopped the meat to the bone. So AKWAFO is trying to scoop out the calcium in the bone to create employment, ease our stress. We know they are not the option for Ghana. Otherwise, why should Mahama tell unemployed graduates that he's not a magician to give them jobs? And Benunu Mensa telling us to leave the country if it's not so, if it's so hot for us. Noah the Ag Builder inside Kokomlemle, Mami Soja, do you know that because of voters ID card, I have to pick a bus from here to Bimbila just to go get the old ID. Meanwhile, I have the new ID with me, which I can. Please, I beg you. Please. Distract me. Everything is coming live on air. Noah the Ag Builder inside Kokomlemle. And was Mami Soja, do you know that because of voters ID card, I have to pick a bus from here to Bimbila just to go get the old ID. Meanwhile, I have the new ID with me, which I can't access it. I went to the GCB bank at Bimbela to pay cash and took the receipt to the EC office for a reprint. Good afternoon, Mame. I thank Allah that the speaker and most of the parliamentarians seems to be for the anti-LGBTQ plus bill. In fact, LGBTQ is the most dangerous of all national security threats, because Ghanaians will never accept that shameful turn down. Animals, I mean, the worst of animals, don't even do this nonsense. Idrisu, Nafiu, Kasoa, and Odiwe Ifri Ebaye. Sister BIAMAH, so can't government do something about it? Or those banks have superior powers than the government? Or what? Manauba Stephen, Fine Time Village, and Odiwe Ifri Baye. And Kuma Foster, Edwe Friachima Yiribi. Our country, Ghana, is still working again under our President Nana Addo's administration. Let's all arise to continue to support him. Thanks to Honorable Kojo Ponkroma for the emergency health support scheme instituted and massive renewal of NHIS card policy at Achemansan district. Mamifa messages no is what I say ya because of your brain. Quick one. Na mefa fuel increase minority ejina abai etikose abai hwese petroleum taxes that petroleum products so no abai eyi infriso
yo me da say na one me said this year alone we are increasing fuel 9 times for the 2%. Na Ghana for every Indian minority led by John Jinapo can say ye will levy be a editus the special petroleum levy and be ya ye inferior because it is here because of what price fluctuations. Say in a this year budget you use estimate of $54 per barrel. This is 84. Ghana is net exporter of oil. And this is $800 million. They say we are expecting 1.2 billion. Now, who is to take care of Ghanaians? They say, yeah, bre. Now you're 16 Ghana cedis per gallon. They say 32. May say from 170 Ghana cedis for one bag to 450. They say because we are net exporter. Kena tax na area to sono. You be free. Kama yedi esla etus ebaye no. Na onabu be na ye wo. Omu esa. Esla was supposed to play for only 5 years. Apa you can't take it out yenim, but you have even increased it. And they will never admit say ne can those days no wrong. Ne can say look at the taxes. Take some of them off. Say ne be ya Ghanaians umbe tom. Say me can about STC. Say STC ego. And they were citing COVID-19. Go and check their financials. It is the operational expenses coming from the fuel. They can't buy the fuel to power all the cars to pay the people. And I think so much to receive the transport fares because they are competing with other people. And the motor fuel no boom, but they have to charge the same fare, which is affecting them. So Ghanaians should listen. How do you call it? The government should listen to Ghanaians and calm down the taxes.
Manuala adote alote. Mira Atano.
Petroleum is one of the areas left to me alone. Then find your politics. And no dear, look, there will never going to be a day and a period be a banfo from the Liberal Party of Ghana. Here I can say petrol no be a nebu could do this year. The better soon to gallon 5 Ghana cedis. And see that the world economy continues to increase. But the Anshisha would be good. akwam wo wu fie na betumi aboa ama wo ho ahano ebi ni say we are advocating for the fact that even though we agree on the fact that those levies should be removed, na in some farm maybe, because what I'm hearing is say on person omuyi for 2 months, and for me, it doesn't make sense to me.
I said 2 months now, so omuyi na njada anye na into money buy.
In the sense, we anya ntwakwa na yaku no waka say Syria na rebels or more continuous fire for 3 days. No more almost easy fire you no more sudden tokwasim. Within that 2 months, our person will free one. After 2 months, not just a Ghana for one to more bet me a 3 BIAMAH. What we are simply saying is to make sure say your economy will stand strong. Invest in agriculture, export many of the goods so that we can get foreign currency to cushion our system. Now, so you import even when we have competitive advantage over many of the products. You are not going anywhere. Commander Sugar Factory, we are waiting for it. The rice mills are the issue of government has no business in doing business. And as the fact say, state bank will invest because that mentality should be eroded. Now buying and venture into agric. When venture into agric, Mr.
Asanita, no national organizer of the LPG, and now Oten and Ghana. Around Benaya point. Time as well.
Anyway, the Nyamiati said at a time of fuel prices in the issue, about the almighty UK.
Before the
queue and Sanomania fuel. Under the competent hands of Nanado, no Ghana, we are not queuing for fuel. The Nyamiasi said taxes are NDC.
Far better.
And the Nyamiasi said taxes are NDC for now the good. NDC for the good petroleum. So no. The Nyamiasi said taxes are NDC for now the good. So no. And almost phrase say so. Ye listening government o ye nye dwamfunu ye mbie ye dwamfunu nti na ye tax ni bi free ye buy na ye bi free so ye san so na say aka say 2 months e bi e demand the tier ni say petroleum prices so na me nu can e go up and down. It is one study the market now you may get it wrong. It is find say the next 2 months no e bi are looking at OPEC for na the prices can come down, can go up now. So it you don't the influence say okay the prices na ba down there and e bi na say e go up tax no all these kinds of things are affected by the market, But in this time, even the world market prices ever from first now about $144 per barrel. A tiba for more be do $14 per barrel. That was the time Ghana for Sufre, President Mahaman and his was Monte 48 from $144 to 48. And he said the way a bonus was above for me there. Come also monte so many tax and can fish my Nagana for Harry. That was the time and this for normally taxes more assigned dear Guso. And these are the people who are telling us Unya Quina, a brab bonnet cost room, which may be BIAMAH. Sin who? A bonnet from Crown or 20 years so. The bonnet cost room not send yet at a metis from Mama. Odaya yakura mo hunyame Odaya yakura wo hunyame lo se blabe butu na mo mi ubutu ya wo hunyame
send your mama platform no me da say
Ghana Mali Sumanguru ino waje show
ebusian for honorable Benjamin Aye ono kane NPP MP for Upper Dentra West na wote say o kase twato emaye no ejimpanyo mi ense na wie wo me ne besi nkonwa ya bobo nsima hodo bebra ekutia oman enkanko ho Liberal Party ya domopa ya pemwasem enti na da bia ya mam sa platform ise mo so mo agenda mo set mo vision for the country no monton ema youth no entenka wo mu hu na wo mutimi emedi mo achi ya santwa yi no waja ka ba ikit ke Ethiopia ke Sudan waja show agwa ka ba chumo wanye ya fokeracha akachuma wanye anunyamfe Akasira Kasian Koma production crew headed by Joe Dami Adumak Jerry Osajuma Boyna Fefrema Abankro. Wamada Rambuta Butan Semina, the chairman no SM Merisa Enguhono. Edamase Busia Muamunya quite etia, Muamunya quite a freya, Ewakana Usona Aseda and Koma Munyana. Me sorry so dia me nua Ola Michael Babaji akonwa no agye ntata de yanko fie me din e de MAAME BIAMAH AKWAFO obetimi afra me BIAMZ1 BIAMAH brofo de woman gadama me soja ne nyina mejo so makrao